What is up, Evil Crew? Today we are heading to the actual location of an unsolved mystery, Coyote Canyon. In 2014, a man mysteriously vanished without a trace and was never seen again. He remains a missing person to this day. We're heading out to Coyote Canyon to investigate this creepy case and see if we can find any clues. We are on our way to the exact location where Warren Hagyard went missing. It's right over those mountains, but we're gonna go over to a ghost town that's right over the hill from where he went missing, and we're gonna just search around that area to see if we can find any traces of him, because according to family members, he used to walk about 3 miles every day. So we'll get more into it as we go, but we're gonna go right now to the ghost town and see if we can find any traces. There goes one there and one there. Let's go.
On April 21st, 2014, 79-year-old Warren Hagyard left his son's house in Elk Grove, California. He was supposedly heading to Sacramento. That same night at about 10:30 p.m., Warren's wife contacted the sheriff's office to report him as missing. He had never returned back home.
Sheriff's officials failed to find Warren and issued a silver alert across the state due to his medical conditions. They then discovered something alarming. Warren had used his credit card at 11 p.m. that same night in Colfax, California, which is 50 miles northeast of Sacramento.
The surveillance footage from the gas station showed that Warren didn't appear to be in distress. The clerk who assisted him reported that he seemed somewhat confused, but he did not ask for any assistance, and he was apparently having trouble figuring out how to get gas. That was the last time Warren was ever seen again. So we are at the ghost town of Nightingale, and just 2 weeks after Warren vanished, someone was out here four-wheeling and they discovered his blue Honda stuck in the creek bed about 5 miles as the crow flies from here. So we're gonna take a quick look around here today. He did walk like 3 miles a day, a family member told us, and of course that's not like hiking in this kind of harsh terrain, but he could have potentially made it really far. So I mean, this would have been crazy though. He would have been like climbing over mountains to get over here, but it's possible. So we're gonna take a look around and see what we could find. Let's go.
All right, so after we check this area out just a little bit, I don't think he could have made it this far, but there's a ton of mine tunnels here. Even right behind me, there's a mine tunnel. I know about all kinds of mine tunnels here. We've been here. I don't go in the mines really. I mean, it's possible he could have made it here and maybe went into a mine tunnel for like shelter. As soon as we're done here, we're gonna head over to his vehicle. So let's keep looking.
Okay, look at this weird thing I found right here. My foot's on it.
I'm pretty sure that's paint, but there's so many people camp here that I feel like if he was in this area, he would easily have been found by now, because there's a lot of people that come here and they leave a lot of trash. There's some really massive mine shafts up here, like huge. Maybe we'll go take a look at those.
Let's go. All right, guys, we're gonna go check these holes. Let's go. Come on, guys.
Stay right there, I'll tell you guys.
All right, well, let's just keep looking.
I can't get up, guys. You're gonna have to do the floor runner.
We're gonna go to his vehicle location. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, it was pretty windy just coming up this way. We've been exercising a lot and we've been hiking a lot. So if he was coming up over these mountains, I don't know if he would have made it all the way to here. But there is a road along this way he may have taken, so we're gonna take that road.
We are entering the valley where his blue Honda was found stuck in a random creek bed, and he could literally be anywhere out here. And we actually just found something right there that looks kind of weird. We're gonna go look at it in a minute, but yeah, he could be anywhere out here. And it's really weird how he just ended up in this random creek bed when he was supposed to be on his way to Sacramento. We have more details about that we're gonna tell you about when we get down there. We are also going to be doing something we've never done in any of our missing persons videos, so be sure you watch until the end.
What does it say on there?
Something.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's got a toy in it. I thought it would be a geocache.
Oh, and there's a Nintendo DS thing in there.
Wow.
I don't know, there's a lot of treasure, but we're gonna leave it. No treasure for us. There's more stuff right there.
Yeah. Shotgun shells.
What happened here?
I swear I'm hearing a baby animal or something. We're gonna go check out these rocks right here. I am hearing like a noise of like a baby animal, maybe a mountain lion or you know, we do have mountain lions out here. We also have coyotes, and I heard it a few times. I'm not hearing it right now, so we're gonna keep our ears open and see if we can. But we want to check around these rocks real quick to see if maybe he would have come up here. Let's go.
See anything, Bob?
Not yet. You heard it too?
That's what mountain lions sound like. Remember they can make that.
Mountain lions sound like
They don't go make that weird noise.
All right, I'm gonna scan the mountains right here because we have a really good perspective. I'm just gonna scan with my binoculars and just take a real good look at all the mountains to see if we can find anything that seems out of place.
See anything? Warren's car was found right behind us, but we're gonna go up the wash and see if we see any clues before we stop at his location and give you guys all the exclusive details we have dug up about this case. Let's go.
Based on the circumstances, Warren's disappearance seems to fit the missing 411 criteria. Although, of course, it is up to David Paulides to decide since he's the one who came up with that. So we're not trying to pretend like we are saying that this is 411 or we have any authority in this area. Search and rescue combed the area for days after his car was discovered, but were unable to find any trace of the missing man.
Some people suggest that it's not worth looking for a missing person after search and rescue have covered the area. However, it's important to note that in many missing 411 cases, missing people have been found in places that were already searched.
We set out to take a look for ourselves and see if we could find any trace of Warren.
There's bones. They are just little fragments all over here, but that makes them a little bit more significant, I guess, and they're kind of old.
Just before this, we spent days covering the entire length of the roads and the canyon. So this time we started our search in a fresh area. So you could have went up any of these little branches.
We're in a wash. Okay, I see something right here. Oh, it's a bottle.
Kind of neat though, it really is.
Put it back on the ground. We don't take stuff or break any law.
We're good noodles. We let the government stomp on our ass. We don't care. The government rules everybody.
Okay guys, we're about to break our car. How do you feel about that?
We're not like a boss. We just went right over that.
Okay guys, so I just spotted something in that bush over there and now Emma's gonna go see what it is.
Let's go. Okay, it's just me and them now. Don't look at us. It's just a rock. Let's go.
I'm looking at this. I don't know if it's a pack rat's nest. I'm pretty sure it is. You can see the pack rat droppings. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Usually pack rats will take bones and you'll find bones in their nest, but he's underneath there. Let's go.
We are standing in the exact location where Warren's car was discovered just 2 weeks after he vanished, and no other trace of him was ever found. His keys were found on the seat, his windows were rolled down, and from there he completely vanished, and our car is parked in the same exact location where his blue Honda was parked.
It took us 4 days to nail down the exact location.
Look at the rock right there underneath that bush. It's exactly the same. Look at that rock right next to it. And look at the rock right next to it. That's exactly, look at the bush coming out the side of the wall right there. This is exactly the spot.
All we had to go off was one single photo. As you can see, Warren's car was facing down the wash as though he had gotten stuck trying to turn around and go back the same way he had come. Even our car had trouble turning around, so the fact that even Warren's car was able to even maneuver at all in this exact same wash before getting stuck is clearly amazing.
Yeah, that's it.
We did attempt to metal detect at Warren's car location, but we didn't find much.
So Warren had no reason to be out here. He never came out here. This wasn't like a place he frequented. We actually got in contact with his wife, who told us that on his way home that night, there was road work in Sacramento that probably threw him off. Now, according to her, he probably just kept taking wrong turn after wrong turn, all while thinking he was on the right path, and he had a medical condition that caused him to easily get disoriented. Now, according to his wife, his license was about to expire right before he vanished, and he had no business driving. Also, it's important to note that he would have probably been driving at nighttime. Again, remember, he was spotted at the Colfax gas station, which is 2 hours from here, at 11 p.m. Now, that would have set him to be stuck here at about 1 a.m. And if he already shouldn't have been driving in the dark would have just been even more challenging. So, I mean, think if he got stuck out here in the middle of the dark at like 1 a.m. and he just started I don't know, going. He could literally be anywhere out here. So multiple people had actually seen his car here, and it wasn't until a Russian immigrant had seen his car 2 weeks later. So if the other people had reported it, he might have been able to be tracked. His tracks probably would be out here because once you step on the ground, it's really soft and crunchy and it leaves a pretty good mark. So if one of those people had just reported it sooner, he probably could have been tracked. Another thing is when he left his son's house in Elk Grove, he was wearing a blue jacket and blue jeans. So those are two items we need to pay careful attention for today. We also asked his wife like what kind of shoes he wore, and she said he did not wear tennis shoes. He wore regular leather shoes. So that's what we need to look out for. And we did, on one of our other searches here, we did find a sole of a shoe that kind of looked like it could have been a leather shoe, and we're gonna play that clip for you right now.
Sole.
Of a shoe?
A shoe. Right here, look. It's like an old dress shoe.
And it was barely even covered and it's really old.
It wasn't covered at all, and it's pretty old, yeah. I mean, like you can tell it's been out here for a while. So one of the theories we have, guys, is there's a compound right over these hills. It's like a massive compound of a building and like a couple buildings and stuff. It's private property. One of our theories is maybe he went over there and tried to get help, but we don't know if there's any lights on. And it sounds like after we talked to his family member that whatever he did probably did not make any sense. Like we don't even know why he was driving. It sounded like he had no business to be driving out here. Another theory is maybe he walked the road. Maybe he followed a fence line. We've already searched this road all the way down and all the way up this valley. I mean, this is like 10 miles of down and up. We've been searching over and over again. We've been here for 4. This is like day 5 now. And so today what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow, right there's private property. We do not plan on trespassing, and right here's private property, but there's a fence line that we could literally follow. We're gonna follow the fence line because usually a lot of times when people get lost, they will follow any kind of linear structures that they can follow. So a fence line might be something he followed. He may just have just wandered anywhere, it sounds like from what his family member said. He could just be anywhere out here. We're just gonna go ahead and keep searching. Let's go. The fence line runs that way, but I first wanted to walk this wash a little bit because who knows? We have no idea that his wife made it sound like he could have went any direction, honestly. So if you're not familiar with this area, I want to walk the fence line because if you're not familiar with this area, you might think that since that's private property that there's going to be like a house somewhere. So you might be right. You might get lucky if you go that way. But most of the time when you're out here, there's nothing out here for you to see. Nothing at all.
Hey, look, there's a little cow trail.
That's what I was saying. People are known to follow cow trails. They think they're like regular trails. Yeah, so he may have gone this way because this is kind of, I mean, it's still pretty tough because the ground's soft. But I mean, it's either this way or that way. We've already went down and up. And like I said, he's boxed in. Down this road, there's barbed wire fence on each side for a good, I would say 2 miles down the road, maybe 3. So he was boxed in there. He could have went that way. He could have went this way. And this is a trail. And it's not uncommon for people to follow trails. They might not realize that this was a cow trail. He wasn't in his right state of mind because he had some medical condition. So that's what we're going on. So let's keep going.
So you think that?
Nope. You'd think his blue jeans and jacket would stick out pretty well here. We found like all kinds of stuff on the surface, like there's not much erosion or anything covering it up. So that's what we're looking for right now. So he may have continued beyond the no trespassing sign there, and that's private property. And thanks to a woman who likes to get a lot of YouTubers in trouble when they go, they probably don't even realize it, mainly streamers though. She likes to call the cops on her. Her name is Marion. Unfortunately for us, she probably will watch us, and if we were even to breach that area, even looking for a missing person, she'd be all over trying to call the cops on us. So we're just not gonna go there. Stay tuned for more on Marion. Just look for little tips and hints. You guys are gonna figure out who she is. All right, we followed the wash this way. We followed the road both ways. We followed that line right there for that fence that way. Now we're gonna follow the fence line this way. And after that, I actually don't know what to do next. So that's what we're doing today. Look at that. Something's pushed that down to climb over it. See that?
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting little find. I mean, could he have climbed over it right there? Let's go take a look.
Anything snagged on it?
I don't see anything snagged, but he could have easily stepped right over that. Nothing we can do because we're not allowed to go over there. You can see the building over there from here that you could say there's some kind of building. So if he came over here, I don't know how his eyesight was, but there's a chance that he could have seen that over there if there's lights on. Right there?
Yeah.
Something metal.
What is it?
Looks like to me. I guess it's a balloon.
What is
I
it?
thought it was an emergency blanket. I'm gonna come back on the way back and we're gonna pick that up, guys. I don't think we're gonna leave that here. Look at that. Is that not a shoe print? Look at that. Isn't that a sole? It looks just like a sole. See that? Like the front of a sole right there. I know that I wouldn't be here after all these years. All right, guys, so we've hiked up this way pretty far, but we're thinking at this point how much easier this all would be if we just had like a drone. So it's one of our Patreon goals right now is to get a drone. No, just added just now. You're the first to hear it. We could literally search probably like, you know, a matter of like a mile in no time at all. So, and then we could walk out and see what it is if we see anything on screen. Look at a carport with a tree behind it. He's right there. Look how fat he is. We are at the location of where we found the shoe, and we're gonna look at that in a second. But first, we gotta thank our patrons, Rick, Clarence, Drew, and Jamie. Thanks to you guys, we are out here, and the rest of our patrons, we are out here again. This is day 5. We've come out here so many times, but this is our biggest clue yet. Let's take a look. Now, according to his wife, he was wearing like leather shoes. She wouldn't say dress shoes, but to me, this like does not look like it belongs out here. Now, you can see it's been out here for a very, very, very long time. I cannot see any information. I know people are gonna give me trouble about not wearing gloves, but it's been 4 years, people. 4 years, and it's the weather's did pretty bad number on it already. But I do got some gloves, and I will put them on just for you guys. We just wanted to show that looks out of place. There's no garbage out here. I've seen no garbage right now, and it just looks out of place. Like that might have been his shoe, and that would make sense because that meant he was following that road back this way. So what we're gonna do, I think what we should do is we're just gonna scour this area now and see if we can find any traces of where Mr. Hagyard would have gone. Let's keep looking. So as you can see, these are our prints from like 4 days ago. They're still crystal clear in the sand. If only someone could have reported his vehicle missing right away, we would have been able to have his tracks to follow, because it's like clear. Look at that. Look how clear that is. Well, this is, it looks like a good area to search. Maybe I could have drawn his attention this way and the road went up here, so gotta be careful for rattlesnakes in here for sure.
Okay guys, we just discovered some bones right here.
Let's go see, there's more bones down here. That's a pretty big bone. I don't think those are definitely.
This is like a coyote den or something.
Yeah.
Okay guys, we just spotted this orange thing over here, so we're gonna go check it and see what it is. Let's go. So I can't really tell what it is from here, but I swear I spotted something else, so let's go check. That kind of looks like a piece of a shirt. I guess we don't really know what he was wearing under his blue jacket, so I mean.
Right guys, so this is a new thing we're doing for these missing persons cases. We're gonna be putting up laminated flyers, because guess what? If nobody knows he's out here, most of the time these people are found by hunters and people coming out here and exploring, but if nobody knows there's anybody out here missing, they're not gonna know to look for anybody. So we're gonna try to bring awareness, so hopefully somebody out here will hopefully find some clue, and hopefully they will let authorities know, but hopefully some closure for the family. You can imagine Harmon right now trying to call the BLM on us like she calls it on everybody. So guys, his car was found right here. So we're just gonna put a sign right where his vehicle was found so people will know to keep an eye out for him. It's like something is shiny over in the bushes, like a bag or something. We're not really sure what it is, but we just want to go. And since we've seen it, why not just cover this ground? Let's go. Just a balloon.
Oh, it stuck out really, really clearly.
Yeah. Well, we're putting up our very last sign here, because we're gonna be coming out here and we're not sure if you guys want us to film it. If you guys would like us to film an update, hit 50,000 likes. We will film an update of this for you guys. If not, we're just gonna come out here in our spare time and we'll just continue the search, because it's like, once you start looking for these people, it's really hard to like give up, and when you're just wondering where they're at. And we're hoping somebody else, maybe somebody will find something to give the family some closure. Make sure you guys hit the like button though, because that way more people will see this. So if you hit like and you comment, share this, more people will see this. And who knows, maybe your share will be the one that solves the case. If you guys like missing person mysteries, make sure to watch the ones that are gonna pop up right now. And we'll see you guys next time.